Kate Scott, joining me as always, my partner in crime, Brock Heward, and we are excited to bring you this NFL divisional round game. Well, excited, the word that you and I get to use, Brock, as do all these great fans in attendance, but for the players down on the field, I think a better word to discuss in this situation might be pressure.
I don't think there's any question about that, Kate. With every one of these playoff rounds, that pressure just grows. It increases. That Super Bowl gets closer and closer. And your game, well, it's got to increase with it. If you can't take your level of play up a notch from the previous week, can't rise to the occasion and find that extra gear fitting the situation we're in, well, that's the week you're going to be sent home and be a fan like the rest of us.
So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him. And he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. First time this game they've looked to him. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Completed over the middle. Fights off a tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. And the Cowboys scoop it up. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Man, this is a tough ask of your defense so early in a game, Brock, sending them out on short notice and a short field after you fumble it away.
But these are the critical moments defensively you got to live for, right? This is called sudden change. They practice this, and it's your time to put out this fire.
So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State 4th-round pick in 2016 who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
I don't think I'm alone in this, Kate. To me, Dak is one of the easiest players to root for their success in the NFL. I think for me and for many others, well, it's based on all he's overcome, from tough playoff losses to significant injuries. But his leadership, his stats, his ability to play like an MVP in big moments, at his best, he really is all you could ever ask for.
Prescott opening with a pass. It's taken in by Lamb. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
First down, here's Dak. He's on the move. He takes it himself. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
First and goal, here's Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. It's a 3-yard pickup. That moves them a little bit closer. 3rd and goal coming up.
Where you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
Slot man in motion left. 3rd and goal, Prescott. Has it in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone.
Here we go! Right there.
They're going for it. Here's Prescott. Escapes the pocket. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Cowboys get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. It's a Dak Prescott touchdown. Once it became goal-to-goal, Brock, that field goal team just didn't feel like they were ever going to see the field. This team was committed to making a statement on the opening series, even if it meant leaving the offense out there on 4th and goal.
Yeah, I think that's really well said, Kate, for a couple reasons. Number one, you do get a chance to finish, right? So you do all this work to get there, you want to finish it. But you also know if you don't get it, well, you set your opponent up with some really bad field position. I love that decision.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cowboys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Jackson now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Hurts now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down throwing for Hurts. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Cowboys take possession of the football. Oh boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and 2 very different tones and tenors on these 2 sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
Dallas sending its offense out for the 2nd time this game. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
We're going to 54. Wide in.
Williams now on 1st and 10. And he is into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys parlay the interception into points. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain, it takes the whole group, all 10 of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front, receivers got to block on the perimeter. They all get it done, and a big chunk run follows.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Jackson now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. And they need some kind of score here, Brock, to keep this from getting away from him on the road in the postseason. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. Hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Second down now, 7 to go. They'll motion Smith left. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
Receivers running the ball, well, that's become commonplace in the NFL now, and that includes down here in the red zone. In close, a lot less space to work with. You really love your most elusive players to get their hands on the ball.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
The kick by Hopkins is good. And that'll get them back to 11.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset they couldn't finish the drive with a touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Short kick here, fielded at the 15. Jukes one defender. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. They have played lights out on offense, scored their first 2 times out, Brock. A chance to go 3 for 3 and grow that lead here. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Brought down by Julian Blackman. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Going to 54. Going to 54. Why?
Another run for Williams. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. That'll do it for 1 quarter of this NFC divisional round matchup. It's a 2-score game early. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead.
We're going to 54. Why?
They stay on the ground with Williams. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
Throwing on first is Prescott. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Yeah! Here we go! Right there! Here we go, go to 54, go to 54, wide. Wait.
Second down, here's Prescott again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Went way outside there trying to work that sideline, Brock, but by the time the ball had arrived, well, the defender had to knock that ball out.
I think you see my reaction in the booth every time
I do.
we see that throw, because I close my eyes and remember the terror that I felt as a quarterback when you let that ball go and you're throwing it all the way to the boundary. There's some risk reward, and that time, well, there was no reward.
Kill!
Prescott now on third down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's Smith on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Eagles about set to go on offense. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running right, it's Barkley. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 28. He's got Brown on the slant. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
I'm sure coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Motion man left is Brown. 1st down, a run with Barkley. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
These quarterbacks are so good with their clock in their head between the tackles. But you get outside the pocket, and you've got to have that same ability. If you hesitate for a second, the defenses with their speed at this level, they'll find a way to bring you to the ground.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Cowboys about to get going on offense. Javonte Williams headed back out now. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Then we're going to 53. What do you think?
Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down. Going left side, Williams with it. Again, he hits the second level. And he's down all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. We're to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. And it's the Cowboys with a 1st and 10.
Yeah! Here we go! Like it! We're going to 54. Why? What do you think?
They go with Williams on the counter. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Simply nowhere to go on that counter play, Kate. Backside defenders took away one side, and they overwhelmed the blocking right in the middle.
Then we're going to 53. What do you think?
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And that's good for a gain of 5. Brought down on the effort by Quinion Mitchell. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Going to 54. Going to 54. Why? What do you think?
Up the gut they go with Williams. And he'll go down here at the 16. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the 1st.
Ask for a little bit more on that one. Ask that running back to come up with more than he's used to on 3rd down. He made it look like just another day at the office. I wouldn't expect every conversion to go as smoothly, but he sure made that one look routine.
Ferguson there to bring it in. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. Back to throw. Here's Dak. He's on, and he will score. It's a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys boat racing them to the halftime locker room. It's a Dak Prescott touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's Smith on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The Eagles setting out their offense one last time in the 1st half. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. Short pass brought in. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Malik Hooker with the tackle. Offense to the line for 2nd down. From the 38. Finds Aguilar. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Offense set for a 1st and 10.
No touch that. No touch.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. Flushed out of the pocket. He can run it. The Eagles decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
No touch that.
Hurts setting up to throw. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
No touch.
Throwing here, Hurts. Here's a loft deep down the middle. His lofty little throw is going to wind up incomplete. So we're to halftime in this fight for a spot in the NFC Championship game. Now we'll send you east to our studios in Orlando. That's where Jonathan Coachman is waiting to bring you the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got
But
for
first,
us?
let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round game in the NFC. And it looks like we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons doing battle with the Seattle Seahawks. It was former Tar Heel Javonte Williams with a solid first half. He's already over 100 yards rushing for the game and has a touchdown run as well. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly. These 2 teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Right take. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Why?
A handoff for Williams, running left. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Azeez Ojulari getting there for the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah! Here we're going to 54. Why?
They'll run. This is Williams. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Dak now from the gun. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. And he doesn't put much height or distance on this one. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Eagles will take possession. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Finds him over the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond.
Still 1st down.
They'll go from the gun with Barkley. Jukes out a one-stop.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Sending a receiver left. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Malik Hooker with the tackle. Nothing for them on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd and 1.
Hey, I know 3rd and 1 feels like an automatic running down, but after seeing that last play yield you nothing, this offense and that coordinator's got a seed of doubt. This defense playing some mind games with them.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. The Eagles are in punt formation. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. The Cowboys returning their offense and this running back to the field. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, here we go.
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. It's caught, Ferguson. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that could create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Give to Williams from the gun. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, but did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9.
Go to 54, go to 54. Why? Hey, 47. 26.
Prescott here from the gun. Completed to his running back. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First and 10, Prescott. Into traffic, complete. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's down into the red zone. This run gets to the 18. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
On 2nd down, it's Williams again. And he's brought down for a loss.
Taken down by a loss of a yard on the play. It's now 3rd down and 4.
We're down to 1 quarter to play in this NFC divisional round matchup. The Cowboys have it, hoping to close out a victory and advance another round. 3rd and 4 coming up now.
Here we go.
Running right, it's Williams. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. First down, here's Dak. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction. Headed in the wrong direction, Brock, as they take 2nd and goal now from the 13. Handoff goes to Williams, running right. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Why ain't? Here we go. Go to 53.
Throwing on 2nd and real long here. Completed here to Pickens. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Why ain't?
Draw play, this is Williams. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. Only 1 yard there, so it brings out 4th and goal from the 2. Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. Gay's kick is good. And the advantage now sits at 24.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Cowboys rushing in, and they bring him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup, you got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
3rd and long for him here. That's complete. Here's Brown. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Deron Bland has it. The 4th down call ends in a defensive highlight as he picks out the throw and gets his guys off the field.
You know, one way or another, it looked like they were going to get off the field that time, but it's so much sweeter as a defense to run off that field holding the ball. So many defensive coaches in this league preach it. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Not only the energy you create on your side, but that little seed of doubt you put in the quarterback's mind the next time he goes out to throw it.
The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding offense.
You don't get too many plays of that size in a game, and that flag takes away one of them.
Yeah! Here we go! Right, here we go. Go to 54, go to 54. Wide,
Williams on the carry. And he has him a small chunk of yards up to the 42. 70 yards there, that brings up second down.
Go to 54, wide. Yeah! There we go! Wait.
Play action, Prescott. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
10 yards on the play. It's now third down.
Here we go.
We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Cowboys, well, they can probably just run away and hide. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long.
Hey, kill!
They put a receiver in motion here left. Third and long, Prescott. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
He calls for the fair catch and has it at the 22-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. Man, it'll be their football. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10.
No contact! No contact! No contact!
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again, following the set. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. He was looking for Dallas Goedert there. So they're left facing third and long. Hurts now from the gun. That pass complete to Goedert. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Awareness. You've got to be aware. Play caller, quarterback, receiver have to be aware of where the sticks are. That route just not enough, not deep enough to extend the drive and move the chains.
Desperation time here on fourth. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he got this close to midfield before going out. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Hurts throwing again. He's got Smith. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Philadelphia first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. First down throwing for Hurts. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. A throw left side, caught by Brown. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They have themselves another first and 10. Hurts setting up to throw. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. Escapes a defender. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. Still one more in their pocket to use. 2nd and 3 now. Now they'll throw out of the gun. And he makes the catch on the right sideline, but no! Oh, they call it out of bounds. The throw led him just a little bit too much. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Back to throw, Hurts. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. And it's recovered by the offense, but Brock gets 4th down. We know only the fumbler can advance it, so this is still going to be a turnover on downs. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Go to 54, go to 54. Yeah! Here we go. Here we go, 47.
They send a receiver in motion right.
26.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. He puts some power on a deep one left. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
The ball carrier. He was brought down by Nolan Smith. Taken down back at the 12-yard line.
So the Cowboys take the win here in Arlington. And they took care of business just as you'd expect a 1 seed to do. And they're going to get to stay at home another week and welcome in another opponent with a conference title on the line. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew,